The husband said he doesn't want CS. You get me? The husband said he doesn't want CS. But the wife is ready to sign for the emergency CS. This man wants to tear the sky and doesn't want CS.
And then I watched this video yesterday and I could not believe my eyes. I could not believe what I was seeing.
You sent it to me at about 11 p.m. You asked me to watch it so we could talk about it.
Yeah.
And when I watched it, I was like, what? I was so angry.
Is
this what? I was like, is this real?
Men, some of these men, in fact, what do they always say? We'll show you maniaca. This woman is on the floor. She's literally on the floor in labor. And her husband is standing there, refusing to let them perform a C-section.
And he's not just refusing. He took the form. He physically took the consent form.
Yeah. And he was literally threatening to divorce if she signed it herself. Can you imagine? Your wife is on the ground, in pain, possibly fighting for her life, and you're thinking about divorce. You're only concerned about divorce, about yourself, not your kid and your wife.
Welcome back to the comment section gossip. I am Ada Edna.
And I'm Ojong Fallon. Today we are not just gossiping. Yes, we are also educating you. We are educating ourselves and anybody with a body, married, single, provided you have a body, please just listen to this conversation. These are things we are supposed to be talking about. So let's get into it.
For people who haven't seen the video, let's just paint a picture. There's this woman who is in the floor. She appears to be in the hospital setting and she's in distress, in pain, in agony. You could really see her fighting for her life, and she's crying on the floor, and the medical team needs to have a C-section, and it means it's an emergency situation.
Of course, it's an emergency situation. And her husband is there. And instead of saying, yes, please, save my wife, he's blocking the procedure. Refusing to sign the consent form. Wasting the doctor's time and risking your wife's life.
Exactly. In the video, the form was brought to him to sign. So he refused to sign it, threatening to divorce the wife. If she did. She was there begging him. And then he took the form and walked out. Can you imagine that? What kind of man is that? After he leaves, the nurse comes to the woman and asks her, Madam, can you sign, please? Or do you have a sister who could sign? And the lady said yes.
Yeah, at least the nurse was concerned. She was trying to find a way to help this woman get the care she needed. The mother-in-law was also there.
Yes, she was.
But I did not see nothing from her side. My point is, why were they begging him?
That's crazy.
This woman should have been handed that form in the first place. No need to be begging him. Ma'am, do you consent to this procedure? Please sign here. End of story. End of drama. Stop begging him.
I'm telling you. Instead, they handed it to that Adam. And he turned the whole situation into a hostage situation. Imagine, CS equals divorce with a fat coconut head.
Well, so if you are in a marriage and your husband or wife has made it clear that they will make medical decisions for you against your will, then these are the conversations you need to have. Yes. Before you even go to the hospital. Seriously. Do you have a medical directive? Do you have it in writing? Who makes the decisions if you can't?
Exactly, because in the heat of the emergency, I mean, you don't want your life in the hands of someone who has shown that they will use it as leverage. No, actually not. That man in the video didn't just wake up that day and decide to be controlling. It's a pattern. It's something that he has always been doing. That is who he is in the marriage. And, and she's been living that way.
Surely he has always been controlling.
Exactly, Let's talk about what medical consent is, and let's see what Google has to say about it. It says consent is basically a patient saying with full understanding, yes, I agree to this procedure. 3 things must be true for consent to be valid. 1, the person must have the mental capacity to understand what they are agreeing to. 2, they must be given enough information, risk, benefits, alternatives. 3, it must be completely voluntary. It must be completely voluntary. No pressure, no threats.
And no husband snatching forms.
No husband snatching forms. Exactly. In most countries, a competent adult woman, she has full legal rights to consent to her own medical care. She does not need her husband's permission.
No, she does not need anyone's permission.
She doesn't.
If she's awake, she's conscious and able to communicate, why not? That form goes to her. Full stop. She can sign. Because she's aware her mental state is okay.
She's fine. She's fine. From what we just read about consent, the fact that the form was handed to the husband first and he refused to sign and they kept wasting time to beg the big head is really a failure of protocol.
Well, consent isn't just about signing a paper. It's an ongoing conversation. A doctor should explain, we need to perform a C-section. Here is why. Here are the risks. If we don't, here are the risks. If we do you agree?
Oh, yeah.
And the patient answers. If the patient agrees, then they're able to go ahead.
Exactly.
Yes. And the doctor should make sure they actually comprehend what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. And not waiting on the husband and the mother-in-law. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, talking about a real life example of what consent gone wrong looks like. I read a case from the United States, I think in the year 1980, a young man named Willie Ramirez came into the emergency room and his family described him as intoxicado. That intoxicado is a Spanish word which means he was feeling unwell. He actually ate something or he drank something which made him sick. Not drunk.
Yeah.
He was unwell. Unfortunately, the interpreter, he translated it as intoxicated, not intoxicado, as in drunk, as
the very meaning in Spanish.
Exactly, as the very meaning in Spanish. I mean, it's a drug situation. So the doctors treated him for a drug overdose when he actually had a brain bleed. So it was dicey. It's really twisted. By the time that they had figured out the exact problem, it was already too late. It has already gone somehow. So he became permanently quadriplegic. Yeah, it's a sad situation.
You see, from one word, from one mistake value, from one mistranslation.
Exactly.
Yeah. And everything just changed in
just one word.
life.
Just one word. And in that case, there was no bad intention. Nobody wanted that to happen. But the system failed. The communication failed. I mean, a young man just lost the use of his body forever.
And only from that, you can understand that communication is very important.
Exactly.
Communication is very important. You don't need to get those two things wrong. Yes.
Actually.
It's not just about the paper. It is a life or death issue and should be handled carefully. Yeah.
Exactly. And going back to our video, that woman on the floor, I mean, every minute matters to her. It's a life-threatening situation. I mean, a C-section is not something casual. When doctors say you need one, they mean things are getting dangerous fast.
Yeah, it means it's a bad thing. It's an emergency situation.
Yeah.
And should be handled fast.
Exactly.
And someone is there, just standing there, playing power games while the clock is ticking. It's crazy.
It's actually crazy. I mean, thinking about it, it makes me sick to my bones. Especially because I know and I have experienced labor pain. I'm living.
You can better tell us how painful it is. Let me just say this personally, right? And I think most of our listeners will relate. If that's were me on that floor, I am signing the form. I am signing with my left hand, my right hand, my foot, if need be. Yes.
With your foot, mommy.
Yes, my foot, if need be. You want divorce now? Okay, great. Divorce me from a hospital room. You want divorce? I'll sign the divorce papers after I recover from my CS section. Yes, because at that moment, I don't care. I don't care about the marriage. I care about my life. I care about my baby's life.
Exactly.
Yes. I don't care. You can have the marriage if you want. I'm keeping my life. That's what is important to me. Yes. if you cannot think about my life, then you don't love me.
Exactly. And
To hell with the marriage.
And honestly, that's not even being dramatic. I mean, it's just a correct rational response. I mean, your body is yours. Your life is yours. No relationship is worth dying for in a hospital room.
No, never.
I mean, because your husband wants to feel powerful, that's mad.
That's your problem.
Oh,
Go and feel powerful.
Somewhere else, exactly.
Not me. And the fact that some women don't sign, it's not because they don't want to. It's because some of them are afraid. Yes. Some of them are afraid. They can't even access their own survival instincts in that moment.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It shows that maybe at home this man has been dominating every decision. Yes.
That is what sustained abuse and control does to a person. I mean, it doesn't just affect behavior, it affects the ability to act, even in your own defense.
Exactly. Yeah.
There is culture too, because I know somebody watching this right now will be saying in the comments, it's culture, you have to respect culture.
Yeah, please. Which culture?
Culture is beautiful. Culture gives us identity, gives us community, and so on. But come on, it's culture. Culture is not above human life.
No.
It cannot be above human life. Culture is not above a woman's right to survive. If you use culture as an excuse, in this case, then the culture should be cancelled because it's very harmful.
And this is not us trying to attack anyone's culture specifically.
No.
Because in many parts of Africa, the male guardianship is very important. A male guardianship where a woman legally or culturally needs a man's approval for major decisions. This is actually something that is very deep. Okay, culture does not update like a phone software. It takes time, and sometimes it may take even generation. even where the law exists, there is still the conflict between what the law says and what is actually happening. But culture cannot be allowed to override the patient's safety.
Never.
No.
Never.
Or the rights for the patient to choose.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. There is also a culture of silence between patients and doctors, because in many of our communities, the doctor is almost like a deity, a demigod.
Yeah.
Exactly. They will almost worship him. I mean, you don't question them. You don't say, wait, explain to me again. So you just nod and say, yes, doctor, and you just carry along. You don't.
Yeah. This is so real, and we are not just referring to this particular video, no, because as you can see for the video in the beginning, the doctors already explained to this man. And even the nurse kept explaining to him. If they don't understand, they won't sign.
Exactly.
Yeah, but this man needed to understand because they had explained to him, time and again. And I've heard of this technique called the teach back, where after explaining a procedure, you ask the patient to explain it back to you in your own words. Yeah, not to test you. But to make sure you understood the information.
That's quite brilliant, because you can't consent to something you don't understand. You literally cannot do it. If I can sign the form saying I agree to a procedure, but I have no idea what the procedure is all about, it doesn't make sense. It's useless.
Sense. You know what time it is? It's the comment section gossip. The part that gave us our name. We went into the comment section and pulled out 2 comments from the video you just watched, and we'll be reacting to it. So Ada, please read the first comment.
All right. The first comment says, marry someone that even if he is not educated, he has knowledge of some basic things of life and also has a heart. It's only a man that is heartless that will allow his wife go through such pain, all in the name of normal delivery.
Sense. And that's, I can feel it.
I can
Yes. Had a whole PhD, went to Harvard.
I'm telling you.
But she's so right. She's right. She's not saying marry a doctor.
Yes.
She's saying marry someone with basic human knowledge.
That's right.
Kind heart. Because you don't need a medical degree to see that your wife is going through a lot. Your wife is on the floor in pains. And she needs help.
Exactly.
You just need your eyes and your conscience.
That's all.
I don't think he has conscience.
No, actually.
Because you'll be feeling that woman's pain.
Exactly. And that last line, all in the name of normal delivery. What? Some men are so fixed on how something should happen that they forget the goal is to have a living wife and a living baby. The method is not the point. The life is the point.
I don't know if he has I don't know if he has a group somewhere where everybody goes to brag that my wife came better than you. Women.
No.
Maybe listen the second comment.
All right. Okay. The second comment says, I remembered in 2022 when I was in labor for 2 days because of abnormal dilation of the cervix. I was given the option of CS. The doctor told my husband to sign, but he stepped out to get my things. Before my hubby got back, I signed it myself. My dear, it's my life we are talking about, not his own. She took the window.
She took the window now. She saw the man walk out the door and she's like, pen, please. Let me just sign.
I mean, 2 days in labor and she still had the presence of mind. 2 days.
And her husband wasn't even being difficult, like the crazy man in the first video. He was outside getting her things. Yes. He was trying to help, but she didn't wait because she knew this form is mine. The body is mine. The life is mine.
The life is not the man's own. It's actually the lady's own. She said it so simply, not his own. And that's the whole episode right now, just in 4 words.
Simple. Summarize everything we'll be talking about.
Exactly. Yeah.
And after everything we'll be talking about in this episode, she's just the example of what it looks like when a woman has control. When a woman just handles it like quietly, quickly, correctly.
Fast.
That's why I always say, don't be a yes woman.
No.
My husband says this, so it must be this.
You have a mind of your own.
You
can think and do something for yourself. Not always waiting for my husband. If my husband doesn't consent, I'm not going to do it. No.
So if your husband says, put your leg in hot water, you put your leg in hot water. Imagine you begging your husband to leave. I say you are begging a tip to spare your life.
No. I'm still so mad and angry about the video. That coconut man head.
I even watched the Dr. Is it?
Yes.
He was so angry.
No. It's something to be really angry about. I mean, who does that? No.
And I cannot go through that without my family members around. Except I'm not around,
Around,
like,
yeah.
for us that are far, like,
Exactly, yes. We are far from them.
we are far from them.
It happens to
Yeah.
because, yeah.
Because if that was my sister, I mean, before you
Oh
came,
my God.
where?
You were? No. She should at least have a family member.
Yes,
of
at
us
least one of our family
to
members,
be in the hospital as well. So
Anyway, but I understand that when that labor begins, maybe she's not even
that's
thinking.
another thing. That's another thing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
another thing.
She's not even thinking about anything. Well, that was it for today. Thanks for watching. Please do like, share, and leave a comment. Okay?
Yep. And see you in the next one.
Ciao.
Ciao.